welcome to Movie Review Mom. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. My goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality as well as content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both sometimes watching a specific movie. So before I get into the specifics of this movie, be sure and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, click on that little bell notification and it'll tell you every time I upload a new movie review or trailer reaction. Thanks. I really appreciate your support as I'm trying to grow this channel. All right, let's dive in. The name of the movie I'm reviewing today is called Against the Ice. This dramatic true story is now available on Netflix. It's given a rating of TV-MA, which really means rated R. It's an hour and 42 minutes, and I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell. I'll point out things I liked, didn't like, offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, movie lines that I found to be interesting, and even some recommendations for some other films that I think you'll also like. Okay, so in a nutshell, the movie is based on a true story of Denmark's 1909 polar expedition. There are two men who must fight the dangerous landscape and weather of Greenland to find information about a lost map that should have been left by another expedition. They don't even know if it's going to be there for sure. The film is based on the book Two Against the Ice, written by Einar Mikkelsen. So there were actually a lot of things I really liked about this movie, and I've seen some negative reviews, and I really enjoyed this. So first of all, Game of Thrones fans will love seeing the famous father-son team from that series with Nikolaj Coster-Waldau and Charles Dance together. They're both excellent. Nikolai co-wrote the film as part of a passion project. And fun fact, his wife is actually from Greenland. Joe Cole was the second big protagonist of the movie. I guess you could sort of call it a buddy movie, but not really. But the pair definitely fill the bulk of the movie. I love how we slowly get to watch Joe Cole's character reveal traits from a loyal follower to a hopeful leader and some various things in between as well. I always look for character growth in a story, and this movie definitely has it. I gasped quite a few times because I was so worried about these two main men and their dogs, where I was just like, oh no. And I like that. I love it when a movie can cause me to react so strongly like that. There's a great makeup team behind these actors. The two main actors looked frozen most of the time in the film and genuinely beaten up by their ongoing journey and battle against the elements. There's some gorgeous cinematography. It couldn't have been easy to film scenes in such harsh, dangerous conditions. Greenland could definitely be called one of the characters of this movie. And part of the movie was also filmed in Iceland. I had the great pleasure of finally being able to go to Iceland for the very first time just a few months ago, back in November. It really is an incredible country. And I finally got to see the beautiful, magical Aurora Borealis, you know, the Northern Lights, something that had been on my bucket list for ages. I also got to go snowmobiling on a glacier. This is the very first Netflix film from Iceland. Put it on your bucket list. It's a stunning country and place on this planet. You'll definitely feel cold, horrified, and even hopeless at times while being immersed among the vastness of ice and rock. The expressions on the sled dogs' faces are impressively revealing and endearing. The conversations during these two men's time together in the hut, particularly, were very interesting, entertaining, and even heartbreaking at times. No spoilers, though. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but there's a polar bear scene that is crazy good. The sequence is amazing. It'll kind of remind you of that intense bear scene in the movie The Revenant. Okay, but there's more than just that. It's really, really good. There are some title cards that throughout the movie that give you timestamps so you understand how much time has passed and so that you appreciate the dire circumstances and the situation as days and days and months go by. There is some interesting political commentary about the United States and Denmark in terms of conquering attitudes at the time. Keep watching during the rolling credits too, because you'll get to see photos of the real people that this movie was based on. When you see the pictures, you'll be even more impressed at how well the film portrayed certain events and even just the look of what these people endured. Now, there were only a few things that I didn't like about the movie because, like I said, I really did enjoy it. First of all, dog lovers are going to be very sad. So just a heads up, if you can't watch something bad happen to a dog, you may want to skip this movie because it's pretty bad. It would have been nice to see a few more bonding moments between these two main characters as their relationship evolved over the years, went through. They generally talk about two things in their time together, well, maybe three. And so I would have liked to have seen just more variety in their moments together. But it's a pretty serious drama. Some viewers might complain that the Danish men should have been speaking in their native tongue rather than in English with a British accent. Whatever. You know, some people don't like reading subtitles, and so I get that. And I've also heard some people complain that some of the decisions that these two men made were entirely stupid. And it's not bad script writing, in my opinion, but instead a very powerful illustration of the dive into insanity due to the overwhelming hunger and despair that they experienced during 3 long years. Now, let me give you some tips for parents. There is some profanity, including F-bombs. There's talk of intimate relations, violence with blood, people in perilous situations, and animals die. So it may not be appropriate for younger children. Teens might be interested. And then there may be kids who are just simply bored because it is slow moving. Some themes that are illustrated well in the movie are hope, discovery, nature, survival. When in doubt, you should always leave a note. Determination, purpose and mission, emotional strength, hallucinations, regret, and leadership. All right, so I always write down funny lines and interesting lines just to give you kind of a taste of what the movie's all about. And I include them all in my written review at moviereviewmom.com, so you can check them all out there. I'll share one of them with you right now. Not so many funny lines in this movie because, again, it's not a comedy. This is serious drama. And so this interesting line was spoken by Einar Mikkelsen, played by Nikolai Coster-Waldau. He says, "They say there's truth in every dream." And I love that because it's a double entendre, which means it has a double meaning. His dream was to go on this expedition and maybe even become famous for doing certain things during this expedition. And so that's his dream. But then also he has a dream and he sees things and tells his companion that, see, the reason why this is happening is because of that dream. Anyway, I just thought that that was kind of interesting. There are some beautiful language and quotes about the dreams men have and how we always believe we can do it. That's what sets us on our motion to find our dreams, to reach our dreams and that kind of thing. Anyway, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. My overall movie review mom grade is a B+. Now, before we go, let me give you a couple of recommendations for some other movies that I instantly thought of after watching this one. The first one is called The Lost City of Z. It's also based on a true story about an explorer who goes down into South America. So which would you rather explore? The hot jungles of South America, where all kinds of animals in the Amazon jungle and rainforest can kill you, or in the Arctic, where the elements can kill you and other things too. Anyway, it's a really good movie. It's interesting, and I really enjoyed that one. Some excellent acting as well. And then the other one that I thought of is one I just recently reviewed called Gold with Zac Efron. And it's not a true story that I know of, but it's definitely a tale of survival and the psychological, emotional roller coaster one goes on in an attempt to survive brutal conditions in the hope of a treasure. All right, that's it for my review. I hope that if you watch this movie that you do enjoy it as much as I did. The acting was great, the story was interesting, and I always love watching movies about real people, real things that happened. And oftentimes truth is stranger than fiction, as they say, right? Thank you again for all of your support. I will catch you in the next movie review. Bye for now.